We are back. We are back. We are back with our Dig Deeper today. I'm glad you guys are on here. Let's join. Let's join. Let's join. Come on board. Let's do this today. This live video should start soon.
Mine started.
I like how I'm always a little bit behind with most things. So, hey, welcome aboard. This is your Dig Deeper Wednesday, and I'm excited that you guys are here. Come on. We got a cool day today. I'm going to dig a little bit more into your deals. What's that mean? Well, that means a few things. That means we're going to dig in today. We're going to dig in. Let's dig, guys. Let's dig. Come on board. Come on board. Let's see. Let's see who we got already. Let's see who we got already. Oh, there we go. Let's see who we got already. Let's see who we got already. Oh, there we go.
We got Toby.
Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Give me some love. Tell me where you're from. Tell me you're here. My phone isn't picking it up. That's interesting.
My phone is. And
Is it? Are you seeing this right here? Look what I'm seeing.
No, I've got full.
You?
Mm-hmm.
Look at there. Come on, guys. Come on. We got lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about. I wonder why it's doing that. Lots to talk about today. So I feel blind right now. I can't see, man. I can't see. Hey, we got lots to talk about today. We are going to be edit your details, admin only, live video. Oh, it's already been shared. Somebody just shared it again. That's what we were talking about yesterday.
What?
It's been shared twice on the main page already. So whoever just shared it reposted it.
Okay.
So somebody's in as a creative investor and then they're sharing it. All right, here we go. We're getting the party started today. We got something I want to... Man, why am I blind right now? I'm blind, man. Let me get these sunglasses off. Come on in. Hey, listen. Oh, looky there. I'm brightened up now. The Ninja Warrior. You guys can't see him, but he's ducking under the camera right there.
I wish we had control of that.
I wish I could flip the camera on him. Hey, listen, this is good stuff. I've got exciting things to be sharing with you today. It is our Dig Deeper Deal Review. Yes, this is your coach, Zack Childress here with your real estate investing talk on digging deeper into a deal today. That's what this is all about. Hey, listen, the good thing about all this is I want to know what kind of deals you got going on. I want to know what kind of things you've got happening in your business and what that looks like for you. That's what I want to know. I want to know all about you today, okay? I want to know all about you today. All about you today. So do this. As you're coming on board, say hi. Tell me where you're from. Also, tell me if you're new. I want to know if you're new. This is the first time you've experienced this with us. And this is the first time you've been on here. I want to know all that good stuff. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. That's what I want to hear. I want you guys to talk to me today. Talk to me. I got Toby on. What do you say, Toby? I like that you were sharing this earlier and letting people know they needed to come on board. I like that, Toby. I like it when you share me, Toby. I like it when you share my message, Toby. I love that about you. Eric Smith. Eric, welcome to the show, my friend. We're digging deeper today into real estate deals. I'm going to talk to you about a really Really cool deal. How I got it, how it came to be. I'm going to run the numbers for you, talk about the issues that are going on. I'm going to go through all that. Perry, welcome aboard, Perry. I just signed your book this morning, so that should be getting shipped out to you today. I think that's pretty cool. So, Steve, you got my Z in my name, Steve. That's awesome. Thanks, Steve. Awesome. Toby's here. Toby says hi, Perry. Ken says, when do we start? Well, my goodness, Ken, you ready to get going, ain't you? I appreciate that. We start every Tuesday and every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern time zone. Letting everybody get on board, That's what we're doing today, man. We're letting them all get on board because, you know, not everybody's always punctual. And I'm negotiating a deal right now on my phone. I got an offer on a property, and it was a little low, so I'm making a counter offer on it. Guys, this is it. This is real stuff right here. I'm talking to you, teaching you, doing deals at the same time. Boom, 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 baby. I'm trying to make 20 grand today on a deal. I'm going to get it closed. That's what my goal is, to get it closed. If I get it closed while I'm talking to you and he accepts, then I just took two birds out with one stone. That's what I love about it. So that's what I love about it.
Eric from the 2-day immersion is here.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not giving me the dadgum picture?
You know, I'm kind of excited that it's not, because then I could tell you who's on.
But do you understand like how distracted I am now?
I know.
Like, I'm extremely distracted now because I can't get it on my phone. I want to see you guys on here.
Have you closed your app and like where you come in it?
Let me try that. All right, listen, come on board. This is your real estate investing talk show. This is Dig Deeper. I'm going to break down a deal for you that I'm in the middle of getting done right now. Well, I'm trying to close one right now on my phone, but I'm going to break down a deal with you over here that I'm actually getting ready to close on. So I want to break it all down for you, show you how we did it, show you what I'm doing. I'm going to talk about the numbers. I'm going to break it all down. So today is about dig deeper into a deal. This is your coach, Zack Childress. We do this every Wednesday, our Dig Deeper. We go live every Tuesday for our real estate investing talk show. It's all about helping you guys get to where you need to be in the business. That's what this is all about, okay? So, all right, come on board. It keeps kicking me. It keeps kicking me out. That's what it does.
You're on Wi-Fi though, right? Or are you on?
I don't know, Jill. It's frustrating me right now.
Here, give it to me.
I can't. I got people calling me. They're trying to get me to get on the phone with them. So I just want to know where everybody's coming in from. Tell me where you're from, all right? Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're doing. Talk to me about that.
And Talon says, hi from Boston.
Boston! Did I tell you that's one of my favorite cities? If I didn't tell you that, I'm telling you now.
Then we have...
Did I tell you that's one of my favorite cities? I got it! I got it. I'm on. There we go. That's what I wanted to try to get to. So, I made it, man. I made it. So, all right. Listen, now we're cooking with grease. Is that how it's called?
Yeah, we've got Rob here too.
Mr. Stanfield. Good to be on. Hey, listen, guys, I want you to get a piece of paper out. I want you to get ready to run some numbers with me. If you've got a deal right now, I want you to use this same method on running your deals. And remember, this is about understanding a deal from the front end all the way to the end and the execution of it. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about. The deal I'm going to run with you today is actually an off-market deal. We talk about that stuff. The difference between... excuse me. The difference between private seller leads and public seller leads and why there's benefits and all those. I'm about to sneeze. Woo. Hey, you can flip that to Jill. Oh, maybe I don't have to sneeze. Oh, man. All right. Maybe I saved myself there. So.
He did flip a couple of them.
Did he? That's awesome. Way to go, buddy. Way to go, my friend. Okay, Are you guys telling me anything? Any questions you got? That's what I want to hear from you. What questions do you have? Cooking with gas. I like it. Tell me what questions you have. So that's what I want to hear all about. What questions do you have? What questions do you have for me? Also remember, this is about getting the message out. You know, I'm all about sharing this information. I'm all about teaching you guys about real estate. I'm all about teaching you one of the most important factors of this business, which is running numbers and how we do it simplistically and how we make that that become a reality, how we understand ARV, how we understand fix-up costs, how we understand resale costs, how we understand purchase costs, how we understand resale values, how we understand offer positioning. You know, all that stuff is what's valuable on these training calls, and this is why I tell you all the time, it's very important that you pay attention to this, because this is really easy, guys. When you're listening and you're following direction, you know, in life, we have a tendency to make things more complicated than they are. And here's why. Listen to me on this. We sometimes know the direction that we want to go. We know the avenue that we need to go. But we've got so many other things going on in life that when we have the right thing in front of us, the problem is we start focusing on all this other stuff and we go, oh, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just overwhelmed. I can't do this. We need to hone that in and say, look, I need to pay attention to how I'm going to do these real estate transactions and how I'm going to get my first deal done. Listen, do you understand? That's the biggest thing that you need to be thinking about is how are you going to get that first deal done and how are you going to follow direction when it's given to you? Because I can tell you, there's a lot of times as a coach, I've given direction to people and they're like, yeah. And then they don't do it. And then they wonder why they're not moving forward because they're sitting stagnant in a situation that's not helpful for them. You guys got to put blinders on. I say it all the time. You got to put blinders on. You got to get committed and get focused on one or maybe two things. If you're a real estate investor, focus on that. If you've got another business going and you're trying to get your real estate business up and running, just focus on those two things. That's it. Don't try to put 101 things on your plate. It's unproductive. It will not get you where you want to be, especially if you don't have a team around you. As we say, a solopreneur, right? Meaning that you're an entrepreneur and there's only one of you. There's only so much that you can do. And so I encourage you to really think about what I just said to you, okay? Hey, also, if you're joining us for the first time, let me know. And I want you guys to share this message. People need to hear this message. Do like Toby. Toby was sharing this message before we even got on today. I love that lady. We're going to see her in Dallas, right?
Yep.
That's right.
So I want to give a shout out to Chris B.
Chris B. Is he new on here?
He is new on here.
Oh, Chris B. I've talked to Chris B. Hey, welcome, Chris. Welcome to the show, man. Everybody say hi to Chris on here. Let him know he's in the right spot. Let him know he's in the right spot. That's important, okay? Yes, I actually had the pleasure to talk to Chris on the phone. He's over in Austin, Texas. That's right. I used to own a bunch of real estate in Austin, Texas, just north of Austin. Really, it's called Round Rock is what it's called. So that's where I had some real estate. Let me see what's going on here. CBCI 5796, right? Oh, it's going to ask me for a password. I don't have it. Okay, so here's the deal. Anybody else new?
Yep.
Who's
Elsa?
new? Elsa. Everybody say hi to Elsa. Say hi to Elsa. Give him a wave. Give her a wave. Give her a high five. I see Francisca said hi to Chris. That's awesome.
Yep. And Elsa is from Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi. I got a student that I coached over in Corpus Christi from doing, I don't know, $100,000 a year to where she ended up doing $500,000 after we started working with her, and she is a rock star over there now. So, and now she's actually doing international stuff. She was just out in Australia with Bob Proctor. So she's doing some big things now. Man, I've helped people all over this country. When I go back and start thinking about like all the people that I've coached and helped reach financial security in their life, man, I don't, and here's the reality, Jill. Like, I don't ever just stop and think about all those people, right? Because it's like second nature to me. It's like, okay, I got them. I'm going to help them. I'm going to get them making money, and then they're going to be off and running. And then I'm on to the next person, helping them make money. And then I'm off to the next person. It's like, it's something I probably should slow down.
Yeah, I mean, you do a lot, and I will say these people don't just disappear.
No.
Like, we still talk to pretty well every single one of them. It's been
I do.
It's been amazing to be a part of.
I have some companies with some of them.
Yep, Ian.
But yeah, he's one of them. So it's all good stuff. Hey, so all right. Well, let's kind of dig in a little bit. I want to get this party started. So listen, if you're just joining us, this is Zack Childress, your real estate coach. Yes, I do this live every Wednesday and every Tuesday at 12:30 Central Time Zone, 1:30 Eastern Time Zone. If you are trying to figure out real estate in the simplest way possible, you need to be on here. You need to listen to this message. You need to be obtaining this message. You can ask anybody on this thread, anybody who knows me, who's been around me for a while. I mean, there's people on here that have been with us since we started doing these things. They'll answer the question for me. I don't have to tell you that this is the right place. They'll tell you this is the right place. So welcome aboard if you're brand new. Welcome. Tell me where you're from. Tell me, what you need help with. If everybody's on here right now and you're ready to get started, I just want you to type in, let's start. Like, just put it out there. Just go in, start typing. Let's start. I want to make sure everybody's ready to go. Everybody is ready to go. That's what I want to make sure. So if you're ready to go, type in, let's start. You know what? I can't see how many people are on.
I can.
You can? That's all. I wonder why mine doesn't show me that.
So we do have one question if you're ready to start taking some.
Are they typing in let's... I'm not doing anything until they type in let's start.
Yep.
I want you guys to tell me it's time to start.
Ken said go, baby.
Go, baby. I like that. Go, baby. So... all right, if you guys are ready, man, we've already reached 527 people today. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's go, Steve says. Awesome. Time to start. All right, John, I got you, buddy. I got you. John, it's good to see your face on here, man. I have not talked to this guy in a long time. I actually had dinner with him years ago at a barbecue restaurant. You remember that, John? You remember that? We were all at an event. We went out and had some barbecue together. It was a good time, actually.
Barbecue.
That barbecue place was really good. It was in. Tell me if I'm wrong here, Ken or John. I keep saying Ken, John. Tell me if I'm wrong here, John. But I think that was in L.A. if I'm not mistaken. So, all right. So here's the deal. I'm going to walk you through this deal. I want you guys to get the idea of why we go after off-market deals. I want to, San Diego. Sorry, John. Why we go after off-market deals and why it eliminates the competition. So I'm going to walk you through this scenario. So the deal that I'm going to run numbers on today, and listen, while I'm running numbers, if you've got questions, type them in. Listen, we had 160-something comments on yesterday's video. I want to know that you guys are going to be able to beat that from yesterday. So the only way we're going to beat that is if you guys start asking questions and talking to each other on here. And, I like the community involvement when you guys are really engaging and being actively participating. So join us, come on board. So the deal today was an off-market deal that I'm going to be closing on. And what that means is that it was not on the MLS. It just wasn't. And so we were doing what's called direct mail. So where did this lead come from? It came from a foreclosure lead. Yes, foreclosure leads work, okay? And here's the reality. I know that the market that I'm mailing foreclosure leads in is on a rise. And I guarantee you, if you did some research in your own market, you would start to see what I've been talking about this whole year, which is we are about to create a market correction because the foreclosures are going to start coming back again. And they're already doing it. They're already on the rise. We're starting to see this, the number increase every quarter, especially if you're on the West Coast. Coast. I'm sure you're seeing it in Arizona, Nevada, California. So that means that you need to get in the bandwagon. You start going after this motivation type. And so what that is we're mailing foreclosures. Now we have a follow-up campaign, which is the sales cycle. And we finally got the person to reach back out to us after several touches. And the guy calls us back up, like the guy I have that deals with all the inbound calls tells me that he lost his wife through a divorce, and she basically ran off with his best friend. I mean, we should have offered him a drink at that point. Could you imagine that? Your wife runs off with your best. That's like a Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's a lot of Jerry Springer stuff going on lately, though.
Man, that's a Jerry Springer show. But that's his pain. That's why he just lost everything, just didn't focus on his bills, and basically just gave up. Ultimately, just gave up. So anyways, he calls us up. Yeah, he's in foreclosure. He's behind on payments. His property needs work. He doesn't have any money, and he's getting himself in a position to lose the property, and so that's an issue. So, are you getting the comment? No audio.
Yeah, I just Skyped.
Hey, let me know if you can still hear me. I got somebody saying they can't hear me. I don't want to talk to thin air here, so just type in if you can hear me, because I'm blind on this end. I can't see if you're giving me thumbs up or anything.
I could give you thumbs up, but I could hear you because I'm in the same room.
Yeah, you hear me loud and clear. Type in if you can hear me, guys. Put in the comments. Don't be shy. I promise you, I can't touch it. You're in a whole different city. All clear here. John, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, so he's in foreclosure, and we get on the phone with him. We start talking to him. What we find out is, yes, he has arrearages. Yes, he's about to lose the property in 12 days. And so basically, I step in and say, look, are you going to be able to clean these arrearages up? Now, for those of you that are listening that have no idea what I'm talking about, arrearages are the amount of money that a homeowner or someone with a loan owes the bank in back payments and penalties and so forth, sometimes even interest. So those are referred to as arrearages. And so you have to clean up those arrearages to get that property out of the foreclosure state. So I went to him and we basically negotiated a subject to deal. Look, sign the deed over to us, which is basically taking possession of the property. If I take the deed, I take possession of the property. We're leaving the financing in place, okay? Now, on top of that, I have him fill out what's called a authorization to release information to us, and I have it notarized so that I can then send that to the lender. I can get on the phone with the lender, and I can say, hey, look, I have authorization to speak on behalf of seller A, and I need to know the total amount of arrearages so that I can get this paid off and stop the foreclosure, stop the auction date before it happens. So he agrees. I ask him, I say, well, if you were going to lose the property, how much would you get? And he, obviously he's like zero. I said, well, if I step in and basically clean up the arrearages, take possession of the property, what do you want out of this? And he basically said, hey, look, if I could get a few $1,000s, I'd be happy. So we offered him $5,000. We said, hey, I'll write you a $5,000 check today if you sign off on all this paperwork. Notarize the quitclaim deed. Notarize the transition of, basically taking the property subject to. Notarizing an authorization to release information. Get all that notarized, I'll write you a $5,000 check, and you have to leave the property. You got 30 days to leave the property. Well, he agrees to all that. So what does that do for me? That basically means I get to buy a property for $177,000. It was $172,000. $5,000 to him is $177,000. He's got $5,000 in arrearages, right? So now where I'm at, I'm $182,000 into this deal, okay? So that means that's what I basically have to buy this property for. Now here's the beauty of this property. The property has an ARV of $340,000. And people say to me all the time, they say, Zach, why would someone give up on a property that has that much equity in it, right? I get that question all the time. But you got to understand something. It's not the question to be asking. The question is, what's their pain? Like, why do they want out of this property? This property has horrible memories for him, right? He had a marriage with 4 kids. The wife leaves with his best friend and moves his kids to Tennessee. He can't even see his kids now. He doesn't want to be in this house with all those memories. He's done with it. He's done now put himself in a financial position where he can't even obtain the property back. He's lost his job because of the downward spiral he's in, and he just wants out. He just wants away from it. He just wants a clean slate. He wants to start over. He's not looking at this as, hey, there's $160,000 of equity in this property. He's not looking at it from that point of view. He's looking at it as what? I don't even want to go to that house anymore. I don't even want to walk through that front door anymore. I don't want to smell that smell because it makes him remember all the things that happened in that property. And he wants to move on, right? So my guy goes out and looks at the property. We do a walkthrough of the property. It needs about $45,000 in work. Okay? That's what it needs. It needs about $45,000 in work. So if we add that up, where are we at? We're at $227,000. So is it starting to sound like a good deal? It's starting to sound like a real good deal, isn't it? This is a no-brainer. And people say, well, Zach, you're always talking about, you know, 20,000 on a deal, right? But here's what I want to make you guys aware of. That's an average deal, right? Are there home run deals out there? Absolutely. Are there deals you're going to make 50,000 on, 80,000? Absolutely. But here's the reason I always tell you 20,000 is an average deal profit, because those are the base hits. You understand? Those are the base hits. Those are the deals that you need to be out there looking for base hits. And while you're looking for base hits, you're going to get a home run like this. Okay? You're going to get a home run like this. You're gonna find one. But let me tell you something. I don't find one of these every week. I don't find one of these every month, right? I don't, right? I find the 15s, the 20s, the 25s all the time. Those are out there. And that's where you get the base hits. It's like playing ball, right? It's base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit. So, hey, tell me something. I want you to write in the comments if you've done a flip lately in the last 6 months or even in the last 8 months. I want you to write in the comment what your profits were. I want to see where you guys are at. If you've never done a fix and flip and you've done a wholesale deal, write in the comments how much you made on selling that on that contract, okay? And then I'm going to break these numbers down for you. We getting any good questions or comments so far?
Yeah. Talon, he says, do I need to set up an LLC before I start buying real estate properties?
Talon, that's a good question, because here's why. It goes back to what, was it Steve that asked me how not to be classified as a real estate dealer? I think that was Steve. Wasn't that Steve that asked that question? Yeah. So, there's a reason we set up LLCs. One is asset protection, and the other reason is because of the question we got yesterday, which they wanted me to do a training on, which was how to avoid the dealer taxation. So the reason that works is because the IRS says, hey, if you're flipping properties in what's known as short-term flips, meaning within 12 months, you can be labeled as a dealer. And that's why we use LLCs taxed as a C corporation, right? So if you know anything about that, if you open an LLC, it's automatically elected as an S taxation. What that means is it's a pass-through tax entity. So if I want to separate my personal taxes from the flipping business, I have to re-elect that LLC as a C. And the reason that we do that is so that I can't come back and get hit as a real estate dealer. And that's the whole reason of that. So to your question, if you're going to flip properties, I would absolutely encourage you to put an LLC together. I would absolutely encourage you to do that.
Okay. Okay, so we have Victor. He says, how much is a fair deal on a 500,000 two-bedroom condo when doing an assignment contract? Is 10 to 30 okay?
What a very open-ended question. What's a fair deal on a $500,000 condo
when doing an assignment contract?
When doing an assignment contract. That Victor, that's not even enough information. You can't say, hey, what do I add to? An assignment fee has nothing to do with what you want to earn. An assignment fee has everything to do with how much can I add to it and still make it a deal for the buyer who's buying it. So $500,000 doesn't tell me anything. I mean, is it $500,000 but there's $300,000 of equity in it? Is it $500,000 and it's renting for $7,000 a month? And does your assignment fee affect the type of return your investor wants? Those are the types of questions you got to ask yourself. I learned a long time ago, pigs get fed and hogs get slaughtered. Right? So when you're talking about putting an assignment fee on a deal, you got to start thinking about things like not so much how much do I want to make, but how can I hand this contract off to an investor at the price point, including my assignment fee, that still makes it a deal for them, whether they're going to flip it or they're going to rent it, so that they'll want to come back and buy more from me. This is not a one-hit wonder business. We want, as a wholesaler, you'll find something. If you get one good buyer on your team, he can buy one deal a month from you. If you get two great buyers on your team, you could be doing 2 deals a month if you get a great buyer, right? So just because it's $500,000 doesn't really answer the question or give me the ability to answer your question. So
Elsa, she says she's not done a fix and flip rehab, but she's flipped a few contracts. The highest one that she's gotten an assignment fee for has been $12,500.
That's awesome. Elsa, where's Elsa? Oh, Corpus Christi. Oh, yeah, that would be about right. I mean, $12,500 would be really top end over there. In Corpus Christi, if you're flipping a few, I would probably say your average assignment fee is about $7,500. Just knowing that area, and that's fine. I mean, lower price points, you might charge $2,000 to $5,000 assignment fee. You get into the $140 to $175 range, you're probably charging $5,000 to $10,000. So $12,500. Kudos to you, Elsa. Kudos to you. All right, who else has got some deals? Tell me about your profits. Tell me about your profits. Let me know. Hey, why are you guys not sharing this stream? I don't have enough shares on here. I mean, this message needs to be heard, guys. People need to understand that this business is a reality out there and that it's working. You guys need to share the stream. Get in the message, guys. Get in the message, man. Come on. I want to see that number increase. Let's see it increase. Boom. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I can start to see some things. I'm not blind anymore. I'm not blind anymore. I can see my people on here. All right, I'm happier now. I like to see all the interaction. It makes me happy. So, all right, you guys aren't going to share me with your deals, and that tells me you need to be doing your what? First deal. If you have not gotten my book, My First Deal Playbook, then you need to get my book. My First Deal Playbook, it's found at myfirstdealplaybook.com. You need to get that book, especially if you're trying to figure out how to do your first deal. The other side of the equation, every one of you on here need to go to freedomfromflipping.com/register. You need to do that because I'm going to come back here tonight and I'm going to do a webinar experience with you, and I'm going to talk about my up and coming 3-day event. I want to answer all your questions. You can watch me on Facebook. You can watch me on Webinar Jam, which is where we're doing it. You can watch me on all that to ask me questions about what I'm doing in Dallas, Texas, November 10th and the 12th, where we're going to put on a 3-day event that I'm teaching for 3 days. And I want to answer all your questions. And so what I'm going to do in that, when we come back tonight, I think it's at 7:30, isn't it? 7:30 tonight. It's 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. So it's 8:30 Eastern Time Zone. Webinar, it's freedomfromflipping.com /register. Okay, join me back, because I'm actually going to break down the 3 days for you, and you're going to learn a lot. I'm going to talk to you about exactly what I'm teaching and the strategies and the things I'm going to be teaching there, and you're going to get a sneak peek of that, and you're going to learn a lot from this tonight. Okay, you're going to learn some things that you probably didn't know, you probably weren't thinking about, but what you'll probably learn more than anything is that you need to be at that event. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, and you're not listening. Because why? Because I still have 3 of my golden tickets left. So that tells me these should have already been gone this week. Usually we sell out of golden tickets with a month before the event even hits. So I need to bring you guys some reality tonight and get you on board with what we're doing at this event. I will blow your mind tonight. And if I can do that, imagine what I'll do in 3 days, okay? So jump on board with me. Get registered for the event. Come to the event tonight. I'm doing 2 live broadcasts with you today, and I'm coming back tonight to do another one. Yes, I'm working late. Why am I going to work late? For you. I'm working late for you because I'm your real estate coach. I'm a real investor, a real educator, a real coach. I'm doing deals. I'm getting text right now. Somebody just countered me out after my counter. Now, you want to see something funny? I'm about to counter them and say final and best. Don't you hate it when the banks do that to you? Well, I'm about to do it to them. All right, I got it. I got the counter. Final and best offer, make it good. Send. Let's see if we close this deal while I'm working with you guys. All right? That'd be awesome, right? Right here in front of you guys. I love that. Okay, so anybody else got anything to say to me, Jill? Because I'm about to break these numbers down.
John, he just said he just received your book.
John, dude, you should have told me. I would have signed it for you, man. I'd have signed it. You should have called in and told somebody, hey, get Zach to sign my book for me. Hey, John, you think you'll be in Dallas? You think you'll be in Dallas? That'd be cool if you show up in Dallas. I'll sign it for you in Dallas. So, all right. Listen, if you need tickets, you need to call the office, okay? You need to call the office. Yes, I have my children at work today. Say hi to them.
Hi.
Tell them, say, get busy.
Get busy.
Get busy, right? Get busy. All right, guys, go back into the boardroom. I'm going to run some numbers for them. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to dig into these numbers with you. Watch the cables. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what this deal looks like. And when you're looking at deals, what do I got to figure out? I got to figure out the ARV. What do I already know the ARV is? What? $340,000. Now, how did I get to that ARV? Okay, how did I get to the ARV? Because I go find 3 sold comps. Somebody asked yesterday, Zach, do you have to have 3 sold comps? That's the minimum. I'll take more just to figure out why and what the market's doing. Now, the other thing is I got to understand is it's not just this number, but there's 2 numbers. And I've shared this with you guys before. And if you guys know that, I want you to tell me what you already know. All right? Tell me what you already know. Tell me what you already know. There's 2 forms of value I got to figure out. Who remembers? We've had this training before. Who remembers? Who remembers? Who remembers? Anybody remember? Nobody remember? You guys better start taking notes, man. I'm on here teaching you every single week. I got to know the asset value, and I also have to know what? The affordability value, right? So the asset value is what's the average price per square foot that properties are selling for in that area times the square footage of this property, okay? The other side of that equation is I also need to know the affordability of this market. So what I can tell you is the affordability of this market is $290,000 to $375,000. So what does that mean? Am I in the ballpark? I'm absolutely in the ballpark. Properties are selling for $100 a square foot over here. That's the average. This property is about 3,400 square feet. So it tells me that the asset is worth $340 a square foot. So I need to go check out the affordability of the neighborhood, okay? The affordability tells me homes are selling between $290,000 and $375,000. So am I right in that affordability? Yes, which means I'm not overpricing the property. I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing what I need to understand, which is making sure I'm buying the deal and selling it with the understanding that it will sell, okay? So then I got to take out my resale, okay? So what's my resale fees on this? 8%. Jill, I'd say you need to get you a calculator. Oh my gosh, Carly's giving me angry faces again.
Oh, her phone. Carly, you need to get a new screen. Your phone.
Carly is driving me crazy with them angry faces. You know what's the worst part about it? Is she works in my office. She works in my office and she giving me angry faces. What do you guys think I should do to her? Tell me what you think I should do to her.
Get that spanking stick.
I need to get my stick out on her, right?
27.2.
I need to put her finger in a door jamb. Oh.
Have you ever done that? I did that to Charlotte one day, but it was.
Look, she's giving me more angry faces.
All right,
Me
so
and Carly are going to have another talk today.
your resale is $27,000.
$27,000 is my resale fees. Now you guys might be asking me, well, Zach, what's the $27,000? Well, 6% is for what? Real estate commissions, and then 2% is added in there for what? Closing fees, all that kind of stuff. You know, the title fees, all the extra stuff. You know, a builder's policy on this, so that they feel comfortable for the next year, things like that. So the next thing I got to add in here is what?
Repair.
Fix-up cost, right? I love my new markers. Like, I just love how big these things are. I get so distracted.
Yes.
I just get so distracted.
That's the coffee.
I just love these big markers. So my fix-up was how much?
45.
$45,000, right? Now I've got to factor in what?
Your profit.
Well, you could factor in some other things, like what we would call, I'm throwing a curveball at you, miscellaneous fees. So some of you have been asking me about this, and that's why I'm going to bring it up. Because a lot of times you guys will say, well, Zach, you're just adding a fix-up cost in there. You're not adding all your utilities, your insurance, the dumps. See, that's where we're different. I add all that up into the fix-up cost. Okay, like I add up 6 months of utility fees. I add up 6 months of water. I add up all that stuff and add it into my fix-up. So if the contractor comes to me and gives me a bid of, say, I don't know, $39,000, and I've got an idea I'm going to spend another $6,000 in miscellaneous, like utilities, dumpster, things like that, I put all of that in my fix-up cost. So that's why I have one number where some of you are messaging me on Facebook saying, but you forgot about utilities. No, okay. I've been doing this 16 years. You think I forgot about utilities? No. You think I forgot about water? No, man. I didn't forget about that. I put it all in one number. Stop telling me I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All right? So miscellaneous fees would be those fees, okay? Whatever you want to make that number do it, okay? If your contractor gives you 40 and you got, utilities, water, all that stuff, then put it in I don't care where you stick it. You just stick it in here, okay? The other thing you got to think about is purchase fees, okay? Now, I use another 8% on purchase fees, and let me explain that before you all get confused, okay? I use 8% when I already know the purchase amount, okay? When I already know the purchase amount, I use 8%. If I do not know the purchase amount because I haven't made an offer yet, then what I do is I take the ARV and I start subtracting the fees I already know. For an example, if I take 340 minus these numbers, what do I come up with? I'm going to just put it over here as a side note.
Okay, hang on. I got your 8%. I'm jumping ahead.
Oh, what's that 8%?
Oh, I cleared it now.
Okay.
What? What?
268. All right.
Hey, shut that door.
Go out there.
So, 268,000. $268,000 is the number, okay? So what that means is if I was running this and did not already have an offer price and I was trying to figure out what to offer, I would start subtracting these numbers to get what's called a preliminary purchase fee off of. So I would take 268,000, and I would multiply that by 8%. What is the 8%? Well, if you're going to use asset-based lenders, right now you can get them for 12% annualized interest and 2 points in most cases out there. What does that mean? They don't care about your credit score. They don't care about if you have a job or not. They don't care about any of that. They just care about the deal, okay? So if you take 12% annualized and 2 points, and you say, well, I'm gonna estimate a 6-month hold time on this. So if you look at that over 6 months, if you're paying 12% annualized, that's 6% what? That's 6% over 6 months, and then you add the 2 points to it, that's 8%. So what's that number?
It's 21,440.
21,440. So that's the number I would put in my purchase fees if I didn't already have an offer ready to go. Or, you know what I mean, if I hadn't already had an accepted offer. But since I already know what my accepted offer is, and let's say I'm going to go get hard money on this number, 182,000, then I would take 182 times 8% because I already know it, right?
14,560.
14,560. So now that starts to give me a total of where my spread is for my offer. So if I say I'm going to go in here and sell this for $340, I'm going to have 8% once I fix it up and sell it. I'm going to have a fix-up cost of $45,000, and yes, that includes my water and my utilities, Mr. Know-It-All that wants to message me and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And my purchase fees if I used asset lending. Now, I'm not using asset lending, right? Because I'm doing what? I'm taking over the deal. But if you're to go buy this yourself, this is what you would have to run.
So that total is 253,440.
440. Now, I've got to subtract what? The payoff and the money I have into it, because right when I sell this property, do I have to pay off the lender? I absolutely do. Do I got to pay money back to me that I gave him $5,000, right? Absolutely. That's the 182. So that gives me a total of 440. What?
71.
That gives me a total of $71,000 on that deal. $71,000 on that deal, right? So think about that. I want you to look at this. Let's just call it $70,000. $70,000 paycheck on that deal. Now, why is that important to know? Because here's what else I'm about to demonstrate for you. You know what it cost me to get that lead? It cost me 5 mailings times about $1.25 per mailing, which equals what?
$6.
$6. Is it $6?
Yeah.
It's $6.25. That's what it cost me to get that lead. That's my point to you guys. You guys are so terrified of doing marketing, but you're leaving deals like this out there. And let me just say this. Let's just say I spent, I don't know, $2,000 a month on marketing. Let's just say this, okay? Times 12 says that I'm spending $24,000 a year on marketing. If I spend $24,000 a year and all I do is get this one deal, was it worth it?
Absolutely.
You guys tell me, was it worth it? I want to hear it from you guys. You guys need to talk to me today. Share with me what you got going on. What you got? Was it worth it? Talk to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to tell you, yeah. Because a lot of people, especially here, their median income is $50,000 for a year.
Not 50.
Well, 30.
Yeah, it's like 33,000 here.
But if you had one of them good jobs that took you to the arsenal.
So, yes, absolutely, right? And that's what you got to understand. Marketing is the key to this business, guys, especially when you're in a market, in a highly competitive market like John. You out in California, it's highly competitive. Where's my Boston guy at? Who was that, Perry that was in Boston? Talon. Boston's a highly competitive market. When you're in highly competitive markets, you've got to get out there. Now, here's the beauty. This types of deals are out there. I probably hit, I don't know, about 4 of these a year, 5 of these a year. But I get a whole bunch of what? $20,000 deals too. This is why I want you guys at my event. Do you understand? This is why I want you at my event. I want to show you guys how to find these areas. I want to show you guys how to build your marketing game plan. I want to show you the direct mail that is working. I want to show you how to find the free leads if you don't have money for direct mail. I want to show you how to go after these deals and communicate to these deals, because here's what I know. If all I did in 3 days was teach you how to do one of these deals over the next 12 months, I've changed your life in some way. That's what I know. But I've got to get you at my event to teach you that. And listen, here's the thing. I know I come off with pressure, but my pressure do not confuse with my enthusiasm or my excitement because of what I know I can help you do, okay? That is the big difference between what I'm trying to get you to listen to and trying to get you to take action to make a change in your life. That is why I do what I do, is because of that alone. Is if I know you'll listen to me, I'll change it. I'll change it. But you guys got to get to that event. You got to register for that event. You got to call the office, 707-249-4247. It's on the screen. You need to call that number, man, and you need to say, look, how do I get to this event in Dallas? What do I need to do? What do I need to change? Because here's why. It's the last one I'm doing this year. I'm not doing any more this year. So you're missing out if you don't get to this one. And if I can get you to this one, I can build you a game plan so you can start next year off with a bang. And that's the beauty of this. So you need to talk to somebody in our office, okay? Persistence, timing is everything. Elsa, I'll tell you this. I believe in stalking. I will stalk a seller lead until they say yes or get away from me, right? But that's the difference between me and the rest of the people out there. So how many of you on here understand, and I just want you to type I do. If you understand that these deals are really in your backyard, I want you to type I do. If you don't think these deals are in your backyard, type in I don't, okay? I want to get some feedback from you guys. Type it in, I do or I don't.
Victor has elaborated on his question some. He said the $500,000 condos are REOs. Is it good to bargain for $350 to $380K with the seller and offer $400 to the buyer?
There again, what's it worth, Victor? I mean, what's the ARV? Are you telling me that the ARV is $500,000, or are you telling me that's what the banks want for them is $500,000? You need a lot of training, Victor. I mean, I'm just going to call you out, buddy. You need to be at my event, man. You need to understand what you're communicating, because you've been talking about these deals for like 4 months, man. We've even tried to call you from the office to try to help you, and you wouldn't return our phone call. So I've tried to help you on these deals in multiple ways, man, and that goes back to being coachable, man. You're probably chasing deals you're never going to get paid on, and you're wasting freaking time because you don't really know what you're doing, my friend. Yeah, they seem great, but what's the ARV? What will they sell for? Show me some comps, man. Tell me what other condos are selling for. Here's the other downside to that. If the whole building's condos and they're all REOs, what's the likelihood that an investor is going to want to buy it and think that he's going to sell it? So therefore, you got to approach it from a cash flow angle. Where can an investor buy it and rent it out and make cash flow until all the REOs are sold and that building turns around? You got to think future, man. You got to go towards the future. You got to think future tense on this thing. Don't just go after these deals because the bank's saying they're $500,000 and you come to me and say, oh, but they're worth $1 million. Show me they're worth $1 million. Show me a comp in the last 60 days that sold for $1 million. Then I can say, okay, Victor, you're right. They are worth $1 million. So if you could get them at 500,000, that's a steal. But don't just say $1 million. Like, get the proof, because that's what a buyer like me is going to. If you were trying to sell those deals to me, Victor, I would have already walked away from you. Do you understand? And listen, this is going to be hard love right now. It's going to be a tough slap in the face. I would have already walked away from you because the information you're sharing with me, I would have already realized this guy has no clue what he's doing. You know, and therefore I'm not going to go into a deal with you, because the likelihood I'm going to get more of a worse end out of this deal because of lack of information would be real. So here's what I want you to do, Victor. I want you to show me comps and post it in the thread so other people can see it. And therefore you might pick a buyer up off this thread. I want to help you, Victor. Okay? I'm going to knock you down and build you back up. That's what I want to do. But find the comps. Find something that sold in the last 60 days in that condo development. Okay? Number one. Find something that sold in the last 60 days. Number two, tell me how many of listings are in that condo right now. So if that condo, say 400 unit condo, I want to know how many of them are for sale right now. And I want to know what's the highest listed price for a condo in that area. And tell me how many days that one's been on the market. This is the type of stuff you got to be thinking about. Once you understand those, then we can start to understand evaluation, whether I'm going to fix it and flip it because there's actually things being sold over there for $1 million, or do I have to buy them and stabilize them? So if I've got to buy them and stabilize them, then that means I got to be in cash flow. I don't care when I buy it. You know what I mean? For instance, I'll give you another example right here. If it cash flows, I don't care. I can buy at the bottom of the market, the middle of the market, or the top of the market. I don't care as long as it cash flows, because I will wait for that market to stabilize. You understand? So if you're bringing me a deal here and I want to wait for it to peak up to sell it, then I need what? Cash flow. I need some cash flow, man. So you need to share that with me. You need to tell me, hey, Zach, look, they used to sell for $1.5 million. They're not selling for that now, but the market's coming back. They're creeping up. You need to sell me, man. Come on. Like, get your sell game together, Victor. Sell me these things. Don't just tell me, sell them to me. Tell me, hey, look, these things used to sell for $1.5 million. Okay? Right now, nothing over there selling for over $500,000. But, Zach, if you hold these, prices are creeping up. If I get it for $380, will you buy it from me for $400? Because at $400, you can rent these things for $3,500 a month, and they'll create cash flow. And if I can see that condo development's going up, then I'll be like, man, I'm going to make me some cash flow, and I'm going to sit on this thing for the next 3 to 4 or 5 years, and I'm going to sell this thing for $1.5 million 5 years down the road and cash out $1 million. That is how you should be selling it to me. That's how you should be selling it to an investor. Now, I know you may not have liked what I just shared with you, Victor, but hey, man, welcome to the party.
He actually said thanks, Zach.
Oh. You're welcome, Victor. Sometimes, I want you guys to succeed so bad, but a lot of times you're making small mistakes and you're losing buyers. Like me, you're losing guys like me because I'm like, man, this guy, he don't know what he's talking about, right? So what are we doing here? So just tighten up your game, Victor. Just tighten it up, man. You're a sales guy. Look, I don't care if you're in real estate or commission sales. You're a sales guy, man. Like, get the data together. Sell me the benefit from me, right? Don't sell me on, I can get it, it's listed for $500 and I can get it to you for $400. Okay. Where's the deal? Well, there's $100,000 of equity. Where's the deal, right? Show me the deal. Future pace me, Victor. Show me where I'm going to make $1 million off that condo and how I can do it without paying money out of my pocket. How I can buy it now, rent it, stabilize it, cash flow it, and sit on it for 3 to 4 years and then sell it and make $1 million out of it. Because I know some of those condos down there will sell for $1.5 million. All right, what else we got?
Phyllis, she says, can you tell me about getting bird dogs because I do not have a car?
Yeah, you run ads. Run ads on Craigslist that say, I'm looking for property finders. Don't say bird dogs. Most people have no clue that a dog has wings. So, that was kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a comedian today. I need to stick to my day job. So, hey, look, I just got a text back. There we go. Final and best offer, $2,000 off of what I countered him. I'll take it. Closing deals, baby. Closing deals. Love it. Love it. Sorry. Let me send this text out real quick.
I'm going to start closing my deals during our Facebook Live, too. That way they can see everybody.
Hey, man, it's the real deal around here. You understand that? Like, I don't talk it. I do it, man. Listen, I love real estate. That's why I can teach you guys how to do it, because I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I love making $20,000 every couple of days. That's a beautiful day for me, man. So here we go. Bird dogs, run ads on Craigslist that say looking for property locators. We'll pay for leads. You know, you got to get that message out there. You got to get people to call you and tell you, hey, I saw your ad, I saw your bandit sign. What is exactly you're looking for? Tell them, hey, I'm looking for houses that are boarded up. I'm looking for houses that have grass, you know, up to your waist. I'm looking for houses that have mail building up in the mailbox or stacking up on the front porch. I'm looking for houses that have newspapers piling up in the driveway. I'm looking for houses where people just want to walk away. I'm looking for houses that people are in foreclosure. I'm looking for houses that need work. Start sharing that information. Get them out there looking for it. Because here's the reality. You need about 10 of them, because out of 10 of them, you're going to have one that actually does it. And that's just the reality of it. So, and if you have my co-wholesaling course, it's also known as the Quick Cash System, there's a service provider agreement in there. Use that. When you hire them as a service provider so that you can basically hire them as a lead service. Listen to what I just said to you. A lead service. So as they bring leads to you for things they find, you can pay them based on leads. So,
John said, worst looking home in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Worst looking home in the neighborhood. So,
he wants you to go back to the barbecue restaurant, by the way.
Does he?
It was called Phil's Barbecue.
Phil's Barbecue. That's right. Man, that was some good barbecue back then, man.
He's got a great memory.
Yeah. Hey, man, I made an impression on him.
First date.
First date, John. That was our first date, John. That's pretty funny. Oh, he just hopped back on. I was just talking about our first date, John. We went out to the barbecue place. That was our first date together. And you never called me back for a second date, you know? That's the story of my life right there.
Is it because you ate the salad?
No, I wasn't eating salad back then. I promise you that. So I promise you that. I was getting on up there back then. All right, what else, you guys? Hey, how many of you said I do and I don't? Let me see. Anybody say any of that? I do. Who said I don't? Who said I don't? That's who I'm looking for.
Nobody said I don't.
Nobody said I don't.
All said I do.
Good. You guys are in the right state of mind. That's where it starts. The right state of mind. The right state of mind says, I know these deals are in my backyard. You just have to find them, right? You got to dig them up and go after them, okay?
Eric, Elsa, Talon, and Toby, and John all said, I do.
Good, man. That's my club right there. People, and here's what I don't think people understand. Out of all the people that have probably watched this already, I mean, it's probably been hundreds already, huh? 527. Let me refresh this that have already watched this. Out of all the people that watch this, you know what? Here's what I'm about to share with you. When you are communicating with me and you're posting with me and you're saying hi to other people and asking me questions, do you understand? That's how I get to know you guys. That's how I get to understand you and your business and where you're at, and you're coming back and you're showing up again and you're making your voice heard. That's how we create a friendship on here, okay? And so 1,426 people this thing has reached already. That's amazing. Oh, and my shares went up. You guys are listening. I love that. So, man, don't be shy. Like, talk to me on here, guys. I promise you, I can't do anything to you. I can't reach out and grab you. You come here. Now, some of you, I'm not going to smack you once in a while, but, you know. That's the name of the game. Hey, listen, it's Zack Childress, your real estate coach. I'm glad you guys have been on here with me today. This was all about digging deeper into your deal reviews. Hey, everybody on here, do me a favor. On my Facebook page, scroll up to the top, and you will see reviews. I want you all to give me a review, okay? Go up there and give me a review, guys. Just click on the review button. Give me some stars. Give me some love. Tell me what you think. I want to give Talon a super shout out for giving me a review and giving me such great love. Talon, do you have my book? Tell me if you got my book, Talon. If you don't have my book, I'll sign it for you today, and I will send it out to you for being one of the ones that gave me a review of 5 stars.
I believe he's got it.
Oh, sorry, Talon. Hey, thanks anyways, though, Talon. You did it without me even trying to bribe you. I appreciate you, man. That's massive love. So, you guys do that for me. Give me a review. Tell me what you like about this. Tell me if if other people should pay attention to what I'm teaching you. Especially some of you that have known me forever, like John, like Toby. You guys have been, John, geez, I've known you for, man, it's been like what? 7, 8 years now? Man, something like that. Oh, he said not yet, Zach. Okay, let's give you a book. All right, Talon, I got you a book coming your way, man. I'm going to sign it for you, okay? Kudos to you for taking action and giving me a review. Love it, man. So I just want the rest of you to do it too. And listen, get on the webinar tonight. I'm doing webinar tonight, a live webinar tonight talking about the freedom from flipping. I'm going to break down the whole 3 days for you. I'm going to give you basically the Cliff Note version of the 3-day event so that you will be like, oh my word, I'm not doing that. Oh my word, I didn't think about that. Oh my word, I need more training. You need to be at the 3-day event, okay? So get registered for that. The link is freedomfromflipping.com/register. That will get you registered for the Webinar Jam version. Listen, I welcome you to even come back on the Facebook. You can come back on Facebook and watch it tonight. I'm going live every way I can. I'm going live on WebJam. I'm going live on Facebook. I'm going live on YouTube. I'm getting the message out there, guys. You have no idea what we're about to do next year. I'm going to blow the doors off of this industry with the amount of content I'm going to be smacking you with. You guys will be like, what? What's this guy doing? That's right. That's what I'm doing. I'll see you guys tonight. This is Zack Childress. Love you, man. Keep focused, keep strong, and keep on moving. See you guys.